Have a look at the interior, guys. Notorious R+ button. About to go out on this, guys, so yeah, we'll let you know what it's like. Right, so let's go and drive this 2016 new model Honda Civic Type R. First impressions, love the seats, figure hugging seats, which we like. Driving position is very good. Very gruff, very loud. I'm guessing this is quite quite low, so I'm going to be very careful over this speed bump. Let's just give it a little bit of traction control lighting up. Jesus, that's a quick little car. Neutral. Nice. I feel straight away a very sprightly motor. 2 litre turbocharged, still VTEC, but you just can't feel the VTEC, and you definitely can't. Let's have another little go. Let's have a little launch. Let's get a little bit straighter first. Let's get it straighter, and let's have a little launch. And let's see. Let's put Type R button on. So Type R button is engaged. Traction control. Let's turn traction control off. We're in Type R plus mode. We've got traction control off. Let's have a little launch control. Not bad, not bad. Fairly well. Well, it's a bit damp, and there was a tiny little sprinkle of like rain that had just come down. So what I've just done purposely is warm up the tyres, light them up a little bit, as you should, as you do, and yeah, just give it a little. Good thing. Look, the good thing about this Type R is we've been out in a few automatic cars. And it's nice to be out in a manual car. Oh yeah, that is a quick little car. That is a quick car. I'm gonna turn the R+ mode off. Traction control is. Can't quite. Yeah, yes, yeah, it's off. So brakes are stonking as well, absolutely superb. So that feels. Let's put the R+ mode on again. G-force meter comes up, throttle meter comes up, and also. I'm sure about the other one. Is it boost? No, it might be. You can hear the turbo whistle, and you can hear that slight bit of wastegate chatter. But it definitely. Yeah, that goes really well. Glued to the ground, absolutely glued to the ground. These brakes are flipping superb as well, which I like. No, pretty much no, in my opinion, no sense of immediate turbo lag. But let's take it down to 2,000 RPM. Let's let it settle down at 2,000 RPM. 2,000 RPM now. Put foot down. Yeah, okay, there's lag, not much though. And then it picks up. There's not much lag. For me, that's a really nice. Whatever they've used for turbocharger in this is a really well selected turbocharger, and whatever they've got also making sure that it comes online when you want it to is superb, because for me the power comes on exactly where it needs to. You put your foot down, grips the road, and and it's still got a revvy motor. Yes, it doesn't rev like the old EP3 did, or the EK did, you know, back to the heady heights of 8,000, nearly 9,000 RPM. So yeah, we're here in the Civic Type R. We're in race mode, or R mode, whatever they want to call it, whether they want to call it race or R mode, plus R mode, which is their racy little number mode. Rear visibility it's all right. I mean, a few people say it's really, really bad. That you have got basically an extra middle portion that kind of is where the spoiler kind of sits. So you do get basically a bit of obscurity in the rear view, but you can see plenty out there, to be fair. It's not bad at all. First impressions of the car it's bloody amazing. It really is. Yes, look, I used to have, I had 2 Civic Type Rs, I had 2 EP3 Civic Type Rs, and I am looking at buying an EP3 Civic Type R actually really soon, and trying to use it in an MSV trophy or something like that, or tin tops. So I'm looking at buying one soon, and I love them. I had 2, and I miss them so much, and the thing you typically miss is the VTEC, the high revving. And there's something you can't describe about, if you have a Civic Type R and you live with one, you fall in love with them, I think. And for me, I have done. I've got another car that I absolutely love and I'll never get rid of, but I really do definitely like you know, the Civic Type Rs. And just having to pull over, sorry guys, tight little country lane. Yeah, anyone who's basically had one will fall in love with them. They're absolutely amazing. A nice reverse camera on these as well. I'm not sure whether all models have it or it's specifically an optional extra. Again, I'll find that out for you. This has a reverse camera, which is quite nice. As I was talking to you guys about the rear visibility, I don't think it's bad. Some people think it is. Yeah, going back on to what I was saying, people that used to own an old school Civic Type R, much like I did, I had an EP3 Civic Type R, absolutely loved it. Yes, it lacks the character of the older Civic Type Rs, I definitely agree. What Type R is the best Type R? Probably the EK9. I think, or possibly the EP3, but them 2 cars are definitely absolutely superb. And yes, this one lacks, you know, the character of those cars, but Honda have, you know, they've gone to town on this. They haven't forgot about the people that love, you know, that driver focus. And even though it doesn't have the character and the raspiness of the old school ones, which, you know, it's not going to have, it's got a turbocharged lump that sounds, oh, we better slow down because we're going to get taken out by something. Lucky there. Frost. Almost. So yeah, there's your answer. No, seriously, it doesn't have the raspiness, it doesn't have the high revving ability of the old ones. It does not, okay? This thing only revs to about 7,000, much like most other cars, modern cars. Still has VTEC, you don't hear it, you don't really feel it kick in. So no VTEC, yo. VTEC kicked in, yo, no. Well, it does. VTEC kicks in with a turbocharger as well. Turbocharger spools nice and low, and you basically get power all the way through the redline, all the way up to 7,000 RPM, and you have power. And the power is absolutely phenomenal. It's not like how, again, that probably detracts from the character. Again, yes, it does. You don't have to rev the absolute tits off the car anymore, and you used to, of course you did, and you don't. But the power is there always in this car. As soon as you put your foot down from 2,500 RPM up to redline, up to 7,000 RPM, this car pulls and pulls hard. It feels the torque and the power, so the brake horsepower and the power, the curve for me feels like it's there always, absolutely always, and that's completely different to any of the old school Civic Type R's, and in certain respects it's amazing. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's in a different league in performance stakes to any of the old ones. In both performance and handling. I have to say, all of the Civic Type R's of previous generations were nut and bolt put together absolutely sublimely, and Honda did a phenomenal job. For me, the character in certain respects is gone, but there's a different character in this one, and it is a bit more modern, but it feels different to a lot of the other turbocharged cars that are out there. I've driven the Seat Cupra, again, a phenomenal car, but this is very different, and I think because of the character and because of the engineering that went behind some of the old Hondas, this car has got to where it is because of that old generation, and it's just been taken into the modern era. What you have to be happy with and clap your hands for 4 and 2 guys is that this still gets a H-pattern gearbox. Now, the H-pattern is dying. Every single fast car on the planet now has a DSG box because, by and large, yes, it's quicker. Honda stuck true to a driver's car, and they wanted to have driver engagement, driver focus, and they kept the H pattern. So for me, absolute kudos to Honda for doing that. They didn't have to do that. So well done and well played to Honda. But I'm telling you now, go out and drive one. I think, don't listen to some of the reviews you've heard about this car, because do you know what? I thought I was going to not be impressed by this car. I really did. I thought I weren't going to be impressed, and I'm phenomenally impressed. Again, I'm going to drop it down. The way this pulls, and the gear change, and the handling, is like absolutely amazing, absolutely phenomenal. The brakes are absolutely stonking, so they look after you. The gearbox is very almost, it's very notchy. It's a funny feeling gearbox, and when you're engaging it quite slowly, it feels as though you're probably not. It probably feels like it's not going to be a nice engagement. But when you throw really fast through the gears and you bang gears in this car, it actually goes through the gears really, really nicely. So at low speeds, the gearbox it doesn't feel very nice. I don't think it feels very nice. But when you get going and when you're really, really banging through the gears and you're going through and you're trying to drive this car fast, it engages absolutely amazingly. So for me, actually, it feels initially as though it's not going to be a very nice gearbox to drive and that feel, but it actually is absolutely superb. It really is. It goes in every gear you want it to, as and when you need to, when you're trying to drive this car fast, which on track is exactly what you're going to want. And I mean, the handling is, you know, I mean, I'm just going to, it's pin sharp, absolutely pin sharp. It just feels, the mechanical grip from this car and the dampening and suspension on this car is absolutely superb. Some people apparently have said this is too hard. I own and live with a Fiesta ST, and that is very hard. So for me, this isn't any worse than that. If anything, the ST is probably a little bit worse. Admittedly, I have the iBack upgraded Trinket on it, but that hasn't made much of a difference. For me, this isn't, if you're into sporty cars and you're used to sporty cars, it isn't a firm, horrible ride at all. It jolts around, you can feel the dampening is set up quite sporty. But it isn't jolting, it isn't horrible, it's easy, okay to live with in my opinion, absolutely fine. And the grip and the corner ability of this car is absolutely sublime. It's there feels like there's no body roll whatsoever, It just feels in corners very, very flat, very nice and neutral, and it gives you a lot of driver feedback. I've got the control, I've got the traction control off. I haven't had it to the limit, to the point of where I can feel whether the car responds well to throttle. To throttle adjustments, to adjust the balance of the car as it goes around corners, because I haven't taken it that fast around the corner. But up to that point, and before that point, I've been driving the car very, very fast, and it feels like it's nowhere near close to its peak mechanical grip, which is really, really nice to know. It is absolutely amazing car. It is bloody superb. I'm not going to swear. It is such a good car. I didn't think I was gonna hate this car, but I didn't think I was gonna like it. I really didn't. I thought I was gonna be like, do you know what? This isn't the old school Civic Type R. Blah 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 blah. Like everyone else. And I think if you've driven both, and then you drive this, you'll actually realise how good a car this is. Now, again, I'm unbiased because I used to have an EP3 Civic Type R, I've told you that. But this is just, it is really, really good. They've done such a good job, and it probably is, and I hate to say this because I'm a big Seat fan as well, even though I don't own one. I almost bought a Seat Cupra. I would almost go as far to say, and I'd have to have them in track comparison, I'd love to do that. I think this might be a better car, and it's hard to know. It's hard to know because it's been a while since I've driven the Seat Cupra 280. I haven't driven the 290, but for me, this just feels a tiny bit more capable. And I sometimes think to myself, it's reviews like this that you need to look at, because there's biased reviews out there, and there's people that are paid to say things. Both cars are absolutely superb. This car, I think, driver focus wise and feel, I think it's just that little bit better, if I'm honest. And that's from a road test and not on a track. So actually, that's quite a good thing to say about this car. And yeah, I speak very, very highly of it. It's a superb car. So yeah, I'm gonna obviously give you all the specs, all the tech spec, all the things you need to know in the bio. Gonna show you a bit more around the car as well. And yeah, absolutely superb. Enjoy the video, guys. Very nice, guys. Very impressed with the Civic Type R. If anything, it gets into kind of third gear after first and second. It gets into third gear and fourth gear, and it really starts the motor once it gets into kind of third and fourth gear, and it's into the swing of things. I'm very impressed, very, very impressed. It's a superb car, absolutely superb car. So yeah, keep watching, guys, and we'll have more on the car. And I think the only thing is the exhaust note. I wish it was a little bit naughtier, a bit like the Jag F Type R, but it's not going to be. But I wish the exhaust note was a little bit louder. I could see owning one of these and having definitely an aftermarket exhaust, and then it probably would sound really, really naughty. It'd probably sound like a touring car. But yeah, the exhaust note is a little bit tame. Just gonna go around here. That's it really. The engine note that comes from the engine, the turbocharged sounds, the whistles, and the kind of wastegate, and the all of those sounds are amazing. While it's on, show you a bit more about the interior. Obviously, no paddles here, all H pattern, all manual, and I must admit I do like that. Interior wise, really, it's quite nice. It's minimalistic in many respects, but but really nice. It's got a lot of digital digital readouts and digital displays. Nice little G meter, throttle meter, and I believe there's some other performance modes and things like that you can get in there. But other than that, all the kind of basics are in here, and but it's well stitched together. There's Alcantara and leather, and the seats are really comfortable, and basically the car does what it has to do, and it does it well. Well, more than well. It does it absolutely sublimely. It does it absolutely phenomenally. It's such a good little car. So yeah, big thumbs up from Peak Performance Reviews for this Civic Type R. Love it, absolutely love it. Well done, Honda, and thank you very much to Honda UK for allowing the test drive and the review. So yeah, we'll hopefully get more on the car a little later. We'll get all the tech spec and everything else that you may want to read up about. As always, if you ever got any questions, drop us a question on the YouTube channel and page, and we will speak to you on there, and you can ask us anything. Talk to you soon, guys. Keep watching, like and subscribe, share with all your friends. See you soon, guys.